Good morning, boys and girls. We are looking today at comparing measurements, lesson 5.18. Let's go ahead and dive right in. For question check-in, let's go ahead and make sure that our listening ears are turned on. You can also show me that your eyes are on my screen. You can hold up cactus hands for me, show me that you're not holding any toys, pencils, markers, anything that could distract you. And go ahead and wave good morning to each other. You can put your hands down and take a deep breath. Go ahead and let that breath out. Are you going to give this lesson your absolute best? Give me 2 thumbs up. Fantastic. Remember that we are recording every lesson that we have here so that you can go back and watch the lesson again if you need to. And don't forget about our classroom rules. Lesson goals for today. I can measure to compare 2 lengths. So that is what we're doing today together. So today we are going to practice measuring to compare 2 lengths. We're going to measure the 2 lengths of 2 objects and compare them to each other. We're going to start off with good old I do time where I show you how. You do not have to write anything down right now. You don't have to grab any materials. All I want is your complete focus and concentration and listening ears on. So compare customary lengths. I'm going to start off by reading this story problem. It says one toy hot air balloon is 30 inches tall. Another toy hot air balloon is 25 inches tall. How much taller is the first hot air balloon than the second one? And then I have a picture here of my 2 toy hot air balloons. All right, guys, when we're looking at a story problem, we follow 3 steps: understand it, plan it, and solve it. Understand it is where we really look at the problem, we underline what we've been given, we highlight what we need to know, and very first thing, we make sure that we read it again, okay, and understand what it's asking of us. I also have a handy picture here that I can use to help me as well. So let's go ahead and first read the problem again. One toy hot air balloon is 30 inches tall. Another toy hot air balloon is 25 inches tall. How much taller is the first hot air balloon than the second one? Let's underline what we've been given. So one toy hot air balloon is 30 inches tall. Okay, another toy hot air balloon is 25 inches tall. My question is, how much taller is the first one than the second one? And I'm also going to circle the word than. Okay, that's important. When you see the word than, and they're asking you how much taller is this one than this one, they're asking you to find the difference between the two. And in order to find the difference between 2 amounts, we have to subtract. So that means that I'm going to draw my subtraction symbol here, just so I remember that I'm subtracting 2 amounts. I'm subtracting one amount from the other to find the difference between the two. And let's go ahead and look at our picture to help us visualize this. So my first hot air balloon is 30 inches tall. Okay? My second hot air balloon is 25 inches tall. What I'm looking for is the difference between these 2 amounts, or the gap between these 2 amounts, right? So I have a space here between these 2 amounts that I'm looking for. That's what I'm measuring, okay? And I can measure that by comparing 2 amounts. So now we're moving on to step 2, plan it. I'm going to write a number sentence to help me. So I've been given 2 amounts and I can write a number sentence. I know that I'm subtracting these 2 amounts, and I know I want to write the first amount that's the largest first, right? So 30 is the largest. Sorry guys, I can write that better. 30 minus 25 equals, okay? I'm trying to find the difference between these 2 numbers, okay? That's what I'm looking for. So I can use any strategy that I want to help me solve this. I could use 10 frame, I could use place value, I could use a number sentence, I could draw 30 circles and subtract 25 from them. If I would like, if I want to go that basic, I absolutely can, right? Okay, friends, my annotations are gone, but I'm going to go ahead and just quickly redraw them on this slide because we're continuing. My first toy hot air balloon is 30 inches tall. My second one is 25 inches tall. And I'm trying to find the difference between the two. Okay, that's what I'm looking to. All of this space in between these two balloons, that's what I'm measuring, okay? That's what I'm trying to measure, and I can measure that by comparing the two amounts, by comparing the two measurements, okay? And so I can write a number sentence to show this. 30 minus 25 equals, okay? The reason that I wrote the number 30 first is because it's my largest amount and I'm subtracting. I know that I'm subtracting, right? Because I'm trying to find the difference between the two. I'm comparing two amounts. And then I wrote the number 25 equals. You can use any strategy that you want to solve. You could use place value. You could use a number line. You could have a tens frame. You could even draw 30 circles and take away 25. It would take a while, but you could do that if you needed to. I'm going to use place value to help me solve. And so when I'm using place value to solve a subtraction problem, I only draw my ones, cubes, and my tens, rods. I only draw my units, my place value units for the larger number that I'm taking away from, right? If I were adding, then I would draw the units for both numbers, but I'm not adding, I'm subtracting. And so I'm going to be drawing my units just for the number 30, and then I'm taking away 25 from that number. So let's go ahead and do that now. So if I look at the number 30, I want to start by drawing my ones cubes. Do I have anything in my ones place? I have a 0 in my ones place, which means I have 0 ones, okay? So I have 0 ones cubes to draw. I have 0 to draw. I can't draw any. Now, I look at my tens place. I have the number 3 in my tens place. So I'm going to draw 3 tens rods. Ready? 1 10, 2 tens, 3 tens. Okay, now let's look at the number 25. Let's look at my ones place. I have a 5 in my ones place. I need to take away 5 ones from 0 ones. Do I have any ones drawn here? No, I have 0 ones, but I need to take away 5 ones from that. But I have no ones to take away from. So what I need to do is I need to break down one of my tens. This is exactly why you always want to work with your ones place first. Whether you're adding or subtracting, work with your ones place first. So I need to break one of my tens rods down into 10 ones. So I'm taking that 110, I'm snapping the pieces apart into 10 ones. Why 10 ones? Because it takes 10 ones snapped together to make 110. So now I'm drawing 110, now I'm drawing 10 ones. Ready? 1 1, 2 1, 3 ones, 4 ones, 5 ones, 6 ones, 7 ones, 8 ones, 9 ones, 10 ones. I'm taking away 5 ones, right? So let's do that. 1 1, 2 ones, 3 ones, 4 ones, 5 ones. How many ones do I have left? I have, oops, sorry guys. I circled one of the ones that I scratched out. I don't want to confuse you. Okay, let's count these. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones left. Okay, so 5 goes in my tens place, in my ones place. And now let's look at our tens place. My tens place, I have 2 tens for the number 25, 3 tens for the number 30. They're asking me to take away 2 tens from 3 tens. let's go back to our tens rods. I have to take away 2 tens. Ready? 1 10, 2 tens. So I have 0 tens now. And guess what my answer is? 5 ones. 0 tens and 5 ones. 30 minus 25 equals 5. 5 what? How much taller is the first hot air balloon than the second one? 5 inches. If you wanted to be extra fancy, you could answer this in a complete sentence. The taller hot air balloon is 5 inches taller than the first hot air balloon. That's how you could say, sorry guys. How much taller is the first hot air balloon than the second one? You could say the first hot air balloon is 5 inches taller than the second one. And that's how you'd answer this. All right, guys, we're going to do one more I do problem, and then we will have we do time where you get to practice. This time we're comparing metric lengths, okay? So step 1 is understand it. Let's read the problem. Chris swims 18 meters. Daphne swims 22 meters. How much farther does Daphne swim than Chris? Now, first thing we want to do is understand our problem. Let's underline what we've been given. I know that Chris swims 18 meters. I'm working with meters here. I know that Daphne swims 22 meters. My question is, how much farther does Daphne swim than Chris? Okay. How much farther does Daphne swim than Chris? Again, I'm seeing that word than. When I see that word than, and I have two amounts that I'm comparing, I know that I'm trying to find the difference between the two, which means I'm going to need to subtract. Okay, I need to subtract. Okay, just so I remember. Now let's look at our picture. We're going to use this picture to kind of help us understand the problem more because that's the step we're in, step 1. This is Chris. Actually, I am going to label it on the other side. Okay, this is Chris. Okay, Chris swims 18 meters. This is Daphne. Daphne swims, because remember, she started at the same point that Chris did. I want you to imagine that this is the starting line. Okay, right over here. This is where we start. So she went all the way from the starting line all the way to here, right? So that's why my blue measurement of how far she went is starting at the starting line. This little point right here, this blue dash right here, is lined up with my starting point. And we're going to go all the way to where Daphne ends. And how far is that? 22 meters. Sorry, guys. This pen is not easy to use. Okay. And so what they're asking me to do is they want me to find the difference between the two amounts. Okay. They want me to find the difference between the two amounts. Okay. So if Chris is finishing here, Daphne is finishing here, how much farther did Daphne swim than Chris? Okay, so what I'm trying to measure is this amount right here. Okay, that's what I'm trying to measure. So Chris swims 18 meters. Daphne swims 22 meters. How much farther did Daphne swim than Chris? That's what I'm looking for. I know I'm subtracting. Now I can move on to step 2, plan it. I am first going to write my number sentence. okay? I know I'm subtracting two amounts, and I want to write my number 22 first, okay? Because it's the larger amount. So 22 is going to be written first because I'm subtracting. 22 minus my other amount is 18. 22 minus 18, I can do a better job writing that number 8. Yeah, we can do better. Okay, 22 minus 18 equals blank. Now, I am going to use place value again to help me. And so I'm looking first at my ones place. Remember, when you are subtracting, you're only drawing your place value units for the first number or the largest number. So I have the number 2 in my ones place. Okay, so that means I need to draw two ones cubes. So let's go ahead and do that now. 1, 1, 2, 1. Two ones, okay? And I have the number 2 in my tens place, so I need to draw two tens. 1 10, 2 tens. 22 minus 18 equals blank, okay? Now, I'm looking at my ones place. For the number 18, I have an 8 in my ones place. I need to take away 8 ones from 2 ones. If I have 2 kittens and you ask me for 8 kittens, can I give you 8 kittens? No, I can give you 2 kittens, but I can't give you 8 kittens. I do not have enough to work with here, which means I need to break down. I need to go over to my next place value, right, and take from that. So because I do not have enough ones to give, I need to break down one of my tens rods to help me. How many ones is in 110? 10 ones. There are 10 ones in 110. So I'm breaking this down into 10 ones. Ready? Let's draw 10 more ones. Ready? 1 1, 2 ones, 3 ones, 4 ones, 5 ones, 6 ones, 7 ones, 8 ones, 9 ones, 10 ones. Okay, so now I have enough to take one from. Can I take away 8 ones from the amount I have here? Yes, because I know I have 10 ones and I started with 2 ones. So I have plenty. Okay, so let's take 8 ones from this. Let's scratch out 8. Let's count. 1 1, 2 ones, 3 ones, 4 ones, 5 ones, 6 ones, 7 ones, 8 ones. Okay, what's left over? Let's count what we have left over here. 1 1, 2 ones, 3 ones, 4 ones left, which means I have a 4 in my ones place. Now, how many tens do I have? Remember, let's look at our tens place. In the number 18, I have a 1 in my tens place. Okay, I have a 1 in my tens place here. In the number 22, I have a 2 in my tens place. So I'm taking 1 10 from 2 tens. Can I do that? Absolutely, right? I can take 1 from 2. And so I am going to do that now. I'm taking 1 10 from my tens, 1 10 scratched out. So then now, how many tens do I have left? I have no tens left to work with, which means 22 minus 18 equals 4. 22 minus 18 equals 4. How much farther does Daphne swim than Chris? For what are we working with? Meters. 4 meters. And if I were to answer this in a complete sentence, what would I say? How much farther does Daphne swim than Chris? Daphne swims 4 meters farther than Chris. And that's how you would say it. Great job. All right, guys, that was a lot. So you can go ahead and take a well-deserved brain break, pause this recording, take all the time you need, press play when you are ready to continue. When you come back to your seats, boys and girls, before you press play, I want you to make sure that you have something to write on, something to write with. That can be a dry erase board, markers, loose leaf paper, pencil. Go ahead and have your materials when you get back to your seat, and then we will continue with our lesson. I'm assuming you've pressed play to continue. We are in We Do time, where we work on a problem together. The very first thing we need to do is understand the problem, step 1. So let's read this story problem together. Johnny's toy boat is 84 centimeters tall. Elena's toy boat is 72 centimeters tall. How much taller is Johnny's toy boat than Johnny's toy boat? Sorry, guys. How much taller is Johnny's toy boat than Elena? I'm going to put an E here. Than Elena's toy boat. Okay, step 1 is understand it. Let's go ahead and underline what we've been given. So I know that Johnny's toy boat is 84 centimeters tall. I know that Elena's toy boat is 72 centimeters tall. We're working with boats here, so I'll go ahead and underline the word boat just so I remember. My question is, how much taller is Johnny's toy boat than Elena's toy boat? Keyword, guys, than. Circle it. I am comparing two different amounts, two different measurements, and I need to find the difference between the two, which means I'm going to be subtracting, right? That's the symbol that I will use. Now let's look at our pictures, guys. You're welcome to draw these pictures on your paper or board. You do not have to, but let's go ahead and label our pictures and understand it more. It'll help us visualize. So looking at the first boat, this is Johnny's boat, okay? Johnny's boat is 84 centimeters tall, okay? Elena's toy boat is 72 centimeters tall. How much taller is Johnny's boat than Elena's boat? They're asking me to find the difference between these two measurements, right? So what am I measuring? I'm measuring the space between where my shorter boat ends, okay, how tall it is, and beyond up to where my larger boat ends. So this space right here is what I'm trying to find. And now we can move on to step 2, plan it. So what I do want you to do is write the number sentence that we're going to write to represent this problem. I know that I'm subtracting. I know that I need to write my larger amount first. 84 is going to be written first. Minus 72 equals. Okay? 84 minus 72 equals. Write that on your board. I want you to write on your board 84 minus 72 equals, or your paper. You can pause this recording anytime you need to catch up with me, and then press play to continue. Okay, we should all have 84 minus 72 equals written. I'm using place value again to help me, just because that's what we've been doing, and I want you to practice with place value. So if you're scared of place value, there's nothing to be scared of. We just need to practice. And so let's go ahead and look at 84 minus 72 equals. When I'm drawing place value for subtraction problems, I draw place value units only for the larger number. Remember that. Because I'm taking away from that number, not adding to it, not combining two amounts, taking away from. So the number 84 has a 4 in the ones place. So I need to draw 4 ones. 1 1. 2 ones, 3 ones, 4 ones. I have the number 8 in the ones place. Sorry. No, sorry. In the tens place. I have an 8 in the tens place for the number 84, so I need to draw 8 tens. So let's do that now. 1 10, 2 tens, 3 tens, 4 tens, 5 tens, 6 tens, running out of room. I'm going to draw the rest here. 7 tens, 8 tens, 9 tens. Oh, sorry guys. Oh my goodness. We just need 8. Let's make sure we have 8. 1 10, 2 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s, 5 10s, 6 10s, 7 10s, one more. 8 10s. Sorry, guys. Okay, so 84. 8 10s and 4 1s is drawn for the number 84. I want you on your boards or your paper to draw 8 10s and 4 1s. 8 10 rods, 4 1s. Pause this recording, press play when you have that. I'm taking away 72 from 84. Let's look at our ones place. I have a 2 in the ones place for the number 72, a 4 in the ones place for the number 84. I need to take away 2 1s from 4 1s. So let's do that now. Scratch out 2 1s. 1 1, 2 1s. I did that. So now how many 1s do I have left over? Let's count. 1 1, 2 1s. So 84 minus 72 equals 2 1s. And then let's look at our 10s. How many 10s do I have left? Let's count. 1 10, 2, sorry guys. Let's underline our 10s place. So I have 7 10s that I'm taking away from 8 10s. Can I do that? Yes, I can. Let's scratch out 7 10s. Ready? 1 10, 2 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s, 5 10s, 6 10s, 7 10s. How many 10s is left? 1 10. 84 minus 72 equals 12. 8 minus 7 equals 110. 8 10s minus 7 10s equals 110. 4 1s minus 2 1s equals 2 1s. 84 minus 72 equals 12. Pause this recording and get to where I'm at. So I want your 10s and your 1s drawn. I want to see that you're taking away. Go ahead and do that. And then you can press play when you're ready to continue. So now, guys, we can write our answer in a proper way. So I have 12. 12 what? How much taller is Johnny's toy boat than Elena's toy boat? Remember, we're working with centimeters. So my answer is 12 centimeters. Okay, 12 centimeters. If you really wanted to be fancy, you could write out Johnny's toy boat is 12 centimeters taller than Elena's toy boat. And that's how you would complete that. Pause this recording, finish up, and then you can press play when you are ready to continue with You Do Time. All right, guys, it is time to check your understanding. You should still have your materials. We are going to have good old You Do Time, which is where you show me how. Your problem is right here. I will help you a little bit by reading the problem with you and then completing step 1, understand it with you by underlining what's important, highlighting what you need to know to kind of help you out a little bit. I'll also label the picture here so that you can visualize it. But then step 2, plan it, and step 3, solve it is all on you. I want you to practice. During this You Do Time, this is where your credit is due. So once you have completed step 2, plan it, and step 3, solve it, once you have all your work shown and your answer on your board or your paper, Learning Coach, you are going to take a screenshot on your laptop or take a picture, and then I want you to email me that picture so that I can see that your student is completing credit for watching this recording. Okay? That is required, so please make sure to do that as soon as you can. So let's go ahead and first start with reading the problem, boys and girls. An eagle flies 53 meters above the ground. A hawk flies 17 meters above the ground. How much higher above the ground does the eagle fly than the hawk? Let's underline what we've been given. So I know that an eagle, okay, flies 53 meters above the ground. I know that a hawk flies 17 meters above the ground. How much higher, my question is, how much higher above the ground does the eagle fly than the hawk. I'm also going to circle the word than because this is a great reminder that we are comparing two amounts, two measurements to each other. We're trying to find the difference between the two, which means when we're trying to find the difference between the two and we're comparing, what we're really doing is we're subtracting, right? Okay, so now I'm going to move on over to these pictures here. I have my eagle flying high in the sky, and I also have my hawk. Let's go ahead and label this. Okay, so my hawk is high in the sky, 53 meters above the ground. Okay, my eagle is 17 meters above the ground. What I'm trying to find is the difference between these two measurements, is the space between these two measurements. So this space right here, that is what I'm measuring, okay? That is what I'm measuring. Now, step 2 Planet and step 3 Solve It are all for you. In step 2 Planet, write your number sentence. In step 2 Solve It, use place value to solve. If you want to use a tens frame, draw a tens frame. If you would rather draw a picture and draw 53 circles and take away 17 circles from 53, you can do that as well. Use whatever method of subtraction to solve that you would like. And then when you have all of your work completed, Learning Coach, you're going to take a picture of your student's work and send it to me via email so that I can check your student's work and we can see what they have. Okay, boys and girls, do not forget to complete your You Do time on the previous slide. If you haven't done so, please make sure that you do. Learning Coaches, please send me a picture of your student's work. I am not expecting perfection, guys. I'm just expecting your best. I just want to see what you know. It really is a judgment of how well I'm teaching this by what you show me that you know from this lesson, right? So that I know where to pick up next time, how you're doing with this strategy, what we need to cover. So don't be nervous, just do your best, show your work, even if it's wrong, show the work the best that you can. Great work, everybody. Let's review what we learned today. So we measured to compare two lengths, and you guys did a fantastic job. You may log off, boys and girls, and I will see you next time. Bye.